Hi, this is David with entry number 839, 38. Here on my way back from Vivo City. Just behind my shoulder there is the harbor front, which is near the artificial island called Sentosa. It's a pretty interesting area. So there's a lot of people that run through that area because Sentosa is kind of like a huge destination for a lot of people in Asia. And so there's a lot of people that are just wandering around and kind of just chilling. It's a bit odd actually, the way people do it, but it's kind of cool to see so many ethnicities kind of in one area. That's kind of like, I know I've kind of mentioned it before, but that is definitely one of the coolest things about Singapore is how multicultural it is. And there's not really, although the Chinese do make up the majority, it doesn't really, when you're kind of out on the street, it doesn't really ever feel like there's one dominant group because there's such diversity here that it's all kinds of people. The hostel now is finally back to normal. We have about a third or maybe half occupancy at the moment, and so it's a very nice experience. I have to go back now and do a tunnel laundry, which isn't super cool, but definitely is not the worst thing. Very much enjoying the day today so far. Just a couple new people today, but we had about 8 people leave, so it's basically all cleared out, pretty easy at the moment. One fascinating thing that happened to me this morning when I went out for my little exploration was I finally found army ants, or something like army ants. They might have been bullet ants, which is a little bit scary if they were, but definitely some kind of ant that I'd never seen before, where their heads were like huge. They had like big mandibles, and they had like definite like separate different like groups or like subspecies within the trail. It was probably like a 10-foot trail of ants, and they were like normal kind of centimeter long ants, and then there were like giant ones with like these giant heads and stingers, and they look pretty nasty. Like I'd never seen anything so kind of like heinous. That was just like very, very, very like angry. And so I spent some time looking at them, and it know it sounds pretty boring because they're just ants, but it took me back to when I was a little kid, kind of seeing how kind of weird and foreign these kind of ants were. Because you go up in the States and you see like the little black ants, you see red ants, maybe you see fire ants, but you don't see these like crazy ones with like giant heads and mandibles and stingers and stuff. I did not want to mess with them too much because they look pretty nasty, like very nasty. They look like the kind of ants that could like tear a bird apart overnight. It was pretty intense actually. But so that was my day. That was the highlight of my day, was finding ants. But it was pretty good. I'm really digging the group of people at the hostel at the moment. They all seem to be pretty copacetic. I think the one issue that I'm kind of seeing with the current group is there's a couple of ditzes in the group that are kind of causing some trouble right now. Actually, we're at a really rare moment in time when there's actually more girls than there are guys staying at the hostel. So the whole girls' dorm is full, And this morning, this little not little, but there was a Colombian guest who got up early, and I guess her phone was going off, and like her alarm, and then this little cute little diminutive German woman like barged out of the room with a phone in her hand and was like, "Whose phone is this? Whose phone is this?" And she like put it down really forcefully on the table and said her alarm was going off, and she just went back in the room. It was really, I mean, it wasn't funny, but it was pretty funny. Her situation wasn't funny, but just the fact that she's just like, she was this little person, and she was so upset. But it was okay. It resolved itself later, but it was pretty funny. And so I'm a little bit worried that there could be some friction within the ladies staying at the hostel, but hopefully not. But anyway, that's about it for today. We're closing in on the 1 week mark, which is exciting for me. I guess this week I'm basically just going to be eating my favorite things multiple times and not worrying about finding new stuff. So that's good for me. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.